Hi, I'm Mrs. Gaither, and I've got a great book to share with you today. This is a book that came in on our book fair. I hadn't heard a lot about it. Actually, I hadn't heard anything about it, and I picked it up. The kids started talking about it. I read it in one afternoon. It's that good. I couldn't put it down. But it actually deals with some really heavy content. The book is called Backlash by Sarah Littman. And it really deals with the consequences and the fallout surrounding social media that hasn't been used appropriately. And it really takes you through the consequences of what can happen when you don't use social networking sites the right way, what happens when you post negative comments about someone, and sometimes when you post things that aren't true. It is really an interesting read in that the pace is so fast. Like I said, I couldn't put it down because I just had to know what was going to happen next. And one of the things that I really like about it is it sort of has an educational theme that runs through it about what can happen to you, what can happen to your family, what can happen to members of your family when you get caught up in participating in negative posting and using networking sites in a way that can really be harmful to a person. The story is about, it really follows several kids, but there's two key players, and it takes you all the way back to the very beginning of their story of when they had been fabulous friends growing up, and then when they got to high school, they sort of fell out of being best friends. And this event that happened was kind of this big thing that built up, and then it turned into something that took on a life of its own. I don't really want to give more away about the story, but this is a great read that really teaches the responsibility that needs to surround using social networking sites, and how, we have students and adults right now who struggle with this daily, and it's a great story. We are going to have multiple copies in the WMS library. It's called Backlash. Come on in and check it out. I'm also thinking about heading up a study group about this book and about the story. And what I really like is how it sort of walks you through the consequences of what can happen if you use this stuff negatively. And it can be hurtful and very harmful to families, and in some ways more than you would ever imagine. It's a great read. I loved it. Like I said, I couldn't put it down, and I really liked the educational side of it. Even though maybe the author didn't intend it to be that way, it's a really good, hey, look at what could happen if you get caught up in this kind of stuff. And so come on in, check it out. Backlash.